Folks, I'm forced to consider the distinct possibility that the eggheads in charge of information gathering throughout the boundless halls of academia have run out of things to study. This observation comes courtesy of the latest high-profile scientific investigation conducted by the University of Pennsylvania, which found that, and just wait for it, you're going to love it. Here it is. There is a strong link between parenthood and social conservatism. Dun, dun, dun. Now, I could just end it right there. Those of you who like numbers could look through the study and get your rocks off, I suppose. But for the rest of us, the collective response reverberating back towards the source is, no shit, Sherlock. But you know me, I got to chew on this for a minute, and you got to sit there and listen. So let's dispense with the obvious. Of course, parents are more likely to be socially conservative. When you're a parent, you got a bigger dog in the fight than you otherwise would. It's that simple. Or is it? Now, does a bent towards social conservatism arise merely out of having progeny who are going to go out into the world about whom you care and for whom you wish to, a world that will exist that will at least amount of, rein in the most insanity possible? Is it just that you don't want your kids to be exposed to things like drag queen story hour because you don't want said kid to experience any more than the usual levels of sexual confusion as he or she grows up? Or that you don't want your kids slingshotting into the world of adulthood having taken on and embraced the absolutely asinine concept that he or she is racist from birth due to the hue of skin in which he or she is wrapped? I would argue no. I think it's more complex than that, and I don't think we necessarily spend the requisite amount of time critically thinking about it because it does seem so intuitive to us. Social conservatism is a natural outgrowth of a fundamental and, yes, ideological framework upon which the world that we build for ourselves as a society rests. So from a socially and even economically conservative perspective, the individual works together with other individuals to both build and maintain that framework. Like things like family, community, faith, participation in the marketplace of ideas, and the literal marketplace itself. These are the cornerstones of that framework. And as I said, the individuals work together to build and maintain it. So what does the left do in response to that? The exact opposite. That's what they do. Theirs is the job of subverting the dominant paradigm. Have you ever heard me say that before? They subvert the dominant paradigm, and they do so collectively. Do you see the mirror negative image here? So we come together as individuals. They exist together as a collective. We resolve to build and maintain the paradigm, making changes down through time as they become obvious and or absolutely necessary, but we're careful about it. They come in like Miley Cyrus riding a wrecking ball naked and tearing shit up because obviously tearing shit up is the nature of their beast. The opposite of social conservatism isn't really social liberalism. It's social entropy. Things break down. It is the second law of thermodynamics. Things in motion tend to break apart. They break down, and the center does not hold. This happens naturally over time, and you have to decide whether you're going to help repair the ship or help sink it. And those who are actively helping sink it right now are, I think, mostly doing so out of ignorance. There's no critical thinking. They've been raised to not think like that, and just to not think with any complexity that's 3 or 4 moves ahead of their current one. And as a result, they're backing the most dangerous ideological maelstrom that we've ever seen. And hey, social conservatism has its downsides as well, but they're a drop in the bucket by comparison. So keep on keeping on, University of Pennsylvania. Maybe next month you'll study whether most college students like to drink and get laid. That'll be a party, and the results will be about as surprising, I'd imagine. And stop letting men swim with your women. How about that, University of Pennsylvania? Yeah, this place is a bastion of good ideas, right? Isn't that where the dude swims? Leah Thomas kicks all the women's ass. I mean, I'm telling you, you're ranked 438th in men's swimming. You listen to one Shania Twain song and feel like a woman. Ba, 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 da.